All right. Let's move on. Let's talk some SEC hoops. I was down in Auburn for the Auburn-Tennessee game, which was probably the most entertaining rock fight I've ever seen in my entire life. That place was electric. Neville Arena is awesome.
The
it's
jungle.
incredible that Bruce Pearl has turned Auburn into a full-blooded basketball school, man. Like they care about football, but like the level of let's just say basketball knowledge that the fans that I met down there have, like they are all in. And I don't know if that's just SEC programs love their school or what, but I was really, really, really impressed with that fan base. I had a great time down there. Shout out to JoJo and Vince too, who do our Auburn
awesome.
pod, who jumped on and like we put them in a tough spot, like making picks that they didn't know they were going to have to make. And I thought that they thrived. But here's my take on Auburn, right? I know that they won this game. But I kind of feel like, and maybe it's just they're getting Janai Broome back and they're starting to figure some things out. But I think the field has caught up a little bit to Auburn here, Tio. I think that Duke is better than they were at the start of the year, and Duke already has a win over Auburn. I think that Houston has kind of figured some things out, whereas I think Auburn came into this year and they were already fit and firing and clicking and kind of had their team set. And I don't think that they've gotten worse. I just think that a lot of other teams have fixed some of those issues that they had and maybe caught up a little bit to Auburn. Or am I just overreacting to a situation where they played a really tough Tennessee team and the SEC is just an absolute dogfight every single night?
All right, so I'm a supposed Auburn hater, and I'm telling you, you're overreacting.
Okay.
The fact that Tennessee had to go down there and force their type of game on Auburn, and Auburn still found a way to win, impressed me more than anything else. And Tennessee's style of play takes the crowd out of the equation because they're so physical and they force you to fight and they force you to elbow and they force all this stuff. And every catch is tough when you play Tennessee. Auburn's like, okay, we can play with that game too. And you get a guy back in Janai Broome who we know how good he is. He's not at the best top of his game. He hadn't played in, what, a month? Or 3 weeks? Whatever. And it wasn't an easy sprain either. So for him to come back I thought was huge. A rock fight is the best way to put it. It goes back, them winning at home in a style that's not necessarily their favorite, playing Tennessee's way. Auburn comes out on top, and to me, that says more about Auburn than it does anything else because they can beat you in a grinded-out, grubby type of game.
Fair enough.
And that's where I'm at. And Zakai Ziegler, to reference Tennessee real quick, we've worried about them a little bit offensively. We're going to go with Zakai Ziegler. What is he? He's listed at 5'9". I think that might be generous for him to shoot the game winner. He got a pretty decent look, fine, but that's tough, guys. Somebody else got to shoot that ball at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm. Vanna?
Auburn's making the Final Four. I mean, I'll be shocked. They're going to make it. They're making that Final Four as long as they stay healthy. And you can cold takes expose me, whatever the heck you want to say. Here's the deal. They shot as poorly as they will shoot the entire season by a significant margin. They made 3 of 20 from 3 on their home floor. Terrence and you, Rob, but T.O., you've seen this. You were on a team at a high level, at a high major level. The first game with the previously injured player back is a weird game.
Yes.
It could just be a weird game because you're becoming accustomed to how you're playing again and how you were playing with him. Nothing's going to look exactly the same. And so as a result, I mean, look, any game against Tennessee can take on that life. Anytime you play Rick Barnes, it's going to take on that life. And I think Rick Barnes genuinely coming off last Saturday in the loss to, out of Vandy, that was, by the way, shout out to the Commodores. I mean, wow. Very, 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 very.
They're not going to have any NIL left for next year, but wow.
They're ranked. They're ranked.
I know.
They are ranked in the top 25. That is absurd that they are ranked. To me, though, this Auburn team late in the game to find a way to still win the ball game the way that they did. I mean, what a shot by Kelly. And I'm in agreement with Rob and T.O. I'm in agreement with you, Rob, on this. That was the perfect place for College Game Day on the ESPN side to start their season for you guys to go to as well. That atmosphere and the game day atmosphere is better than that of some of the atmospheres I've seen at some blue blood schools for game day when they're in town. So my message to our network, anybody that's doing shows and things like that, would be find the gems. Don't always take the easy route of we're going to go to Kansas, we're going to go to Duke. It's not nothing to take away from, but like find the gem buildings in this sport that
100%.
are producing those types of atmospheres. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? The loudest building on Saturday will not end up being for Carolina and Duke, even though I know it's different. I know, but Carolina's not good.
Yeah.
They're not a particularly good team. The loudest atmosphere that a game day and that people, like us, we haven't gone out there because it's a long trip. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Saturday night at 8 Eastern time when UConn is there. People don't realize it, but it's going to be. That place is going to be unbelievable. Terrence, you know it because you've been in there. It's for a big time opponent, it's going to be freaking nuts. So my credit is to Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl, how's he done it? He's a human. He goes up to people. He shakes hands. He tells people hello. He's awesome for the sport. So is Auburn. They're going to the Final Four.
So you know what I was told down there? I was told that he, like, if he goes and he meets people when he's out, like, he just gives random fans his number, and they're just like, yeah, if you need anything, just hit me up and shoot me a text. So I guess he's just always getting text messages coming.
Hey, hold on. That's his secretary's number.
It might. Hey, look,
there's no way.
It might be, but that's the story that I was told, and I'm sticking to it, Terrence.
There's no way.